How fast can an entrepreneur get the results from Pinterest?
So you really need to have a consistent strategy, and there's no set time frame. I wouldn't say in 3 weeks you're going to see traffic explode. It might take a few weeks when you start to see your traffic growing. It might take 6 months before you really see that major impact. It's almost like there's a tipping point. When you start to figure out the secret sauce, you start to get it, your results will climb, and you'll notice a difference. But for me, um, you know, Pinterest centers around my blog. So I have to spend a few hours each week blogging. That's creating the actual blog post that I'm going to be pinning to Pinterest. So that's a few hours there per week. And then you need to spend the time actually on the Pinterest platform. And that, 10 to 20 minutes a day will work for you. So I would suggest spending around 10 to 20 minutes a day on Pinterest, 4 to 5 days per week. And that's once you've got that great content like blog posts and infographics and other types of graphics ready to be pinned to the platform.
Do you pin only your content, or you can repin anything from other bloggers?
Definitely repinning content from other bloggers is an important way to stay fresh and stay at the top of people's feed. If you only pin your own content, you're going to run out of content and it's going to be stale, right? Just like an advertisement, no one wants to hear you shouting at them about yourself over and over and over. So by sharing the content of others, you're still putting great content out there without becoming a drone droning on and on about yourself.
Okay, and how often do you get your content shared?
Do I get does someone get their own content shared, or do I share my own content?
No, how often do you get your content shared from other users?
It's ongoing. That's the beautiful thing about Pinterest, is that if I share a pin today, and I pin it to a couple of my boards that it fits on, someone might repin it right away, a couple hours from now. Someone might repin that pin 6 months down the road. So you can start seeing repins on the content you post immediately, but it's a cycle. As soon as someone hits the repin button, it goes all the way up to the top of the feed. It's unlike Facebook, where it just keeps getting pushed down, 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 and then it goes away.
Okay, great. What companies should definitely use Pinterest as a social media tool?
I think the most obvious ones are the ones that are highly visual, of course. That's obvious. So restaurants, chefs who make beautiful food, retail, anyone in fashion, anyone in e-commerce who sells a product. But it can also be very useful for information-centric businesses. So I blog about marketing. It's not that visual. I'm not creating beautiful photos. I'm not a photographer. I'm not an artist, but I'm creating information content, and that's just as Pinterest worthy. So if you can take what it is you do and put out content that's interesting to people, Pinterest can work for you. And I'm trying to come up with who would not be a good fit for Pinterest. And I'm thinking, like, the thing that comes to mind is like a car mechanic. That's a business for men. They're not on the internet looking for suggestions to fix their car. It's hard to come up with a business where Pinterest really can't work. 90% of businesses
Cars aren't attractive.
Right. Used cars or something like that.